Welcome to this week's episode of Outside the Jungle as we discuss all things about your Fort Wayne Komets. I'm your host, Shane Albarani, and we have another fun show for you. We'll talk to head coach Ben Boudreau about the current state of the roster. We'll go back to Thanksgiving night in the highlight section of the show. We also have a very special edition of Komets Trivia, and we close it all out with the man himself, Bob Chase. The Komets now have 15 players under contract, with the most recent signing being Mason Berg. Berg split last season with the Komets and the Ontario Reign of the AHL. The forward scored 10 goals in 29 games with the Komets. The Komets also have made a trade with Idaho, sending last year's Rookie of the Year forward Alan Lasarchuk and defenseman Chase Stewart to the Steelheads. And we'll get all of the details with head coach Ben Boudreau coming up right after this.
Season tickets for the 69th season of Komet Hockey are on sale now. No lines, no fees, no hassles, and all the fun. Right now, you can save up to 25% off walk-up pricing on prime seat locations. See every home game and receive exclusive season ticket holder benefits like ticket exchange nights, future season location upgrades, and discounts on souvenirs and merchandise. Act now to save big and join the greatest fan base in the ECHL. Call the Komet office or visit komets.com/tickets and join the crowd.
Back with Coach Ben Boudreau, and Benny, it's been a couple weeks since we've chatted, and a lot has been going on. So when news breaks, you're the guy to talk to. So let's start with the first guy. Mason Berg is on the roster. He was a guy who was on a two-way last year with Ontario, but now he's all yours.
Mason Berg, what a player, what a great human. I mean, this the roster just keeps getting better and better with as far as who we're adding in the locker room. I mean, that's the first thing I'll speak to is his personality is an infectious one. Guys start to gravitate towards him. He's straight up. He is what he is. You'll get exactly what you get. And the same way he plays on the ice is the same way he practices and prepares. And I think he's a big piece of what we're trying to do going forward. So to have him back in the fold and to be able to put him in a lineup surrounded by a bunch of great players, we're really excited to bring Mason back, and we're happy that he chose Fort Wayne.
And, he's a guy who probably had a lot of suitors, but, he enjoyed his time here in Fort Wayne. And when Ontario didn't re-up the contract, he was right back in the fold.
I think it was really important in a lot of our conversations with Mason, as there's that sense of familiarity in a time that's, so uncertain with anything that's going on. So if he was going to be playing in the East Coast, he knew what the Fort Wayne organization was all about. Spoke to how he was treated here by the ownership. And I think it's also important to have a good relationship with the coach and understand where you fit in the team, what your role is, and we've had a lot of talks with that in Mason, and I know he feels really comfortable coming into a role that he helped create last year for himself. So Mason's going to be relied upon to play a pretty big role within our group up front, and I know he's very capable of doing that.
And when he first came to Fort Wayne, he was lighting up the league. He was one of your leading scorers there the first month or so. Got called up, went up to Ontario. Didn't play a whole lot. He comes back to Fort Wayne. He started to heat up there at the end of the season. But now Mason Berg is going to feel more comfortable knowing that he's going to get a lot of minutes. He's not going to have to be sitting for a long time like he did last year.
The one thing that's great about Mason is he can play the center, he can play the left, he can play the right, he can play the penalty kill, he can play the power play. I mean, he's a person that you're going to look at in any situation that comes down to it, and he can excel in any given situation. So that's what we really like about Mason. That fact that he's a 200-foot player, you'll find him usually giving you momentum shifts at the start of the game and being on the ice to protect a one-goal lead as he's defensively responsible too. So the biggest thing last year is we had so much influx in our lineup that it was hard to find any sort of camaraderie or some consistency in some lineups. And the second we started to establish that towards the end with Petrozelli on the left and Sadlowski on the right, those guys started to tear up this division. I think Mason had 5 points in his last 3 games, and we hope he picks up right where he left off.
Yeah, he also showed a little grittiness. He dropped the gloves a few times, and that's always going to be appropriate here in Fort Wayne.
A couple of haymakers, which is good. So one on home ice, one on the away ice, and it was good. He got a couple good looks in. So as far as Mason goes, if he's going to spend some time in here, we know that we've got a great player in our hands, and he's going to make our team that much better.
Now, the other news of the week is the trade. Chase Stewart and Alan Lasarchuk, they are sent to Idaho for cash, and that is just a situation where, you had to make some moves, and Idaho was there, and they were ready to make that deal.
Yeah, as far as Alan, we loved absolutely what he did for us last year. He was electric on the offensive side of it. And he came up with some really big goals throughout the season. And so with him being a Polish native player and being on that side, I think what you find is a lot of players taking into consideration what's going on in the world right now with the pandemic, and his family and his girlfriend's on that side of the ocean. And I think it made a lot of sense for him to sign in his native country in Poland. And there was a team in Idaho with their head coach, Everett Sheen, who showed a lot of interest in him. And so we decided to move his rights over there. And as far as Chase Stewart as well, the way we've been building our team and signing some of these players coming up, it was a situation, again, speaking with Idaho, where I think it was a better fit for Chase to move on and play in a scenario like that. And we loved everything he did for us, and we wish him well over there.
Yeah, and let's talk about the other Idaho connection. We didn't talk about this last time you were on the show, but Marco Wall, you re-signed him. Here is a guy coveted by the ECHL, 100 AHL games, but he wanted to come back to Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I think that speaks a lot to his character and how same thing, and how he was treated. And you'll get that a lot of guys that have come through these doors, they don't realize sometimes how good it is until you go somewhere else. And that's why you always see guys wanting to come back. And Marco's a prime example of that. He's expecting his first child starting in the new year, and it's a great place, as we know, to raise a family. And a lot of the things in our conversation was, I just spoke about how we were treated when my wife and I were expecting our child when we were first hired by the Komets. And it's the same scenario with AJ Jenks, who's pregnant with his fiance, soon to be future wife here. And those are comfortable scenarios to be surrounded by people you trust, an organization that's had a history of success. And we were really lucky to sign a guy that's been proven year after year to have success. And so a guy like Marco is going to make our group up front just that much more dynamic.
And he's also very versatile. Talk about just what he brings to you on the ice. You talked about Mason Berg being defensive responsibly, and that's Marco Waugh for sure. And he's also a guy who can play center, he can play the wing, he can do anything.
Yeah, if we had to look and reflect on this past year, we all know what kind of dynamic offensive team we had first on the power play, yada, yada. We can go through it. But we all know that the holes that we had to clean up were the defensive side of the games. And that's top throughout. That's not just your goalies, just your defense. I think it's a full team commitment, and I think the more 200-foot players you have, the more game sense you're going to bring, the more experience you're going to bring into your lineup. So adding guys like Mason Berg that can play up and down the ice and both sides of the puck, and the same thing with Marco. He sells his body out as much as anybody here, self-sacrifices for the betterment of the team. He's great at blocking shots and being great on the penalty kill. So adding two players like Marco and Mason that can play those type of heavy minutes and produce with the puck and be responsible without it. I mean, now I think you're starting to see more of a mature, consistent lineup that can play in every area of the rink.
And with Berg and Wall, you know what you get on the ice, but you also know what you get inside the dressing room as well.
Yeah, Marco was loved. Everybody loved him, and he had always a smile. He had a ton of fun, and we missed him. I'll say that. When he got traded away, it was somebody that we all loved and missed, and having an opportunity to bring him back, I think it's going to be exciting for guys like Sadlowski that got to play with him. Petey was here at the end of the year, but it's going to be a whole new look team that Marco is going to see when he comes back, and I think he's going to make us that much better.
And you got Marco, you got Mason Berg. Another guy we didn't talk about was Olivier Galipeau. You brought him back to the blue line. He's a guy who's going to be able to talk French with Marco and with Olivier in the dressing room. So you get another French guy back there. But, Defenseman of the Year. So, again, another guy I'm sure who fielded a lot of offers, but yet he's back here in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, les soissons le deux. Gally, he's a great defenseman. And the same thing. I feel like we're talking about three outstanding players. And we got to feel pretty good in this position, knowing that the same feeling that these guys want to come back and play for the Jungle. to have the Comet Defenseman of the Year back in the fold, I mean, it was a great thing. He comes in and added a huge boost to our power play, quarterbacking on the number one unit there, and we had instant success with him. So to be able to bring him back, I mean, you're going to look for him to contribute in that area on the offensive side of things too. But he was physical last year. He was dedicated as a professional. He was often leading by example, which we absolutely love in that locker room. And he played almost every single game that he could for us. And he's going to be a huge shot in the arm for the defensive corps to lead by example back there.
And right now, you're looking at the roster. You don't have very many spots left right now. So right now, I'm sure you're getting excited, even thinking of those line combinations and see where guys are going to fit in.
Well, I'm thinking that the show must go on, so we can't divulge all the information on this show.
But as we are right now, as we do
where
this.
we stand right now, we are still going pretty good. But yeah, the more spots start to tick off, and I think right now we're in a position where we can be patient with our squad a little bit. We've got a lot of guys in place where we're going to see how things unfold here with the affiliations and how everything else starts to go around the league. But we feel very confident with the group of guys that we've assembled right now, and I think everybody is chomping at the bit to get going. We to be able to announce this and get the Komets fans excited, well, you can only imagine what the players and the coaches are thinking. It's been a long enough break as is, so we're ready to get going again.
And touching on the affiliation, you had 2 last year. We still don't know what the situation is going to be, but with the lineup you have right now, you're like, well, I wouldn't want a big influx of players from the affiliate right now because right now you're loaded up.
It's, that's going to be a tricky situation, but what we have to do, Olivia and I have spoken about this too, is we know that we're in great hands with our ownership group. I mean, David and Michael have been doing this for over 30 years. They've been well versed in this experience. So from us, all we have to do is just lean on the people that are often going to guide us into these situations. So we can't control that. That's nothing that we can control as coaches. We just got to do what we can control, and right now we're doing that. We're signing guys to East Coast contracts and making sure that we're not going to rely on anybody else to fill these needs. And right now we've got some great defensemen, we've got a great goalie, and we've got some great forwards. And no matter what happens going forward, we know we're going to be in some pretty good hands here.
And if you look at the rosters of the ECHL clubs right now, you guys are just way ahead of everybody. And that, I don't think a team has quite been this advanced this early in the summer. So, I mean, obviously there's still a lot of guys out there, but still other teams have got to take notice of what you've done so far.
Yeah, we actually were speaking with another coach, and they were talking about how they're looking at Fort Wayne, and they're trying to figure out, do we need to get tougher or score some more goals or what's going on? And that's a good feeling, maybe when you're setting the standard around the division a little bit. And we know that you still have to play the games and win the games, but some great players have inked contracts, and it just makes it really exciting for everybody and to maybe build some more of those rivalries. So I give a lot of credit to a guy like Olivier. He's dedicated, hardworking in the office, and sometimes you got to say, listen, we can't sign 50 million players, but he does a lot of groundwork for some of these guys, and he deserves a lot of credit for being in the office. And we've been well prepared and well ahead of the game, and I think the position that we're in right now is benefited us, as our working relationship has allowed us to get some of these guys inked early on.
And if you look at the schedule now with travel and things like that up in the air, you're playing a very central division schedule, so you can actually prepare even a little bit better knowing that you're not going to go outside the division a whole lot.
Yeah, and that's going to be our advantage, with not a lot of new coaches coming in. I think we know what to expect. Mac Thomas now we've seen for 3 years in Cincy. We know the style of game they like to play. Our division rival in Toledo, we know that we've got some games to win against them and catch up and sort of pay them back for last year. And Doug Christensen in Indy, the only new coach that we're really going to see right now is Mark French in Wheeling, and we know that somebody like him, who's got an unbelievable resume, been to the top of all the leagues, this is going to be a stacked division, and it's going to be war every single night. So you can't sit back and put your feet up and again be relaxed. You want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to cover all the bases, and we're not celebrating or anything like that. We feel very good with where we're at as a team right now. We're just anxious to get everybody together, and we've got this family that all knows each other, and we're excited to build on what we already started in year one. So that's why I think the Komet fans, the players, the coaches, everybody here is really excited to see some of the steps that we're going to take in year two of building this program.
And you take a look at a team like Cincinnati now, with everything up in the air with the NHL and even the AHL. We don't know how exactly that's going to affect the ECHL. So if you got a team like Cincinnati who relies an awful lot on Rochester and Buffalo, they might not have that player pool that they normally have had.
There's going to be a lot of things that affect the entire landscape of how you recruit and who gets signed, whether organizations lean on the American League team to send people. I mean, we've seen traditional teams like Cincinnati had 5 out of 6 of their defensemen last year on American League contracts. If they don't have that this year, they've got to go out and be on the same level as us and recruit the same type of players and get them under the salary cap. And so right now it's an even playing field. And I think right now the way we've approached this summer is we're not going to rely on anybody to send us players. We don't want to have anybody else try to do the job for us. So go out there and try to build the best team that we possibly can. And right now we love the way our roster's shaping up. And we've learned from that in the past and if you expect somebody to be down here, you have to wait for injuries or something like that to happen. And next thing you know, if you don't have that player that you expected, you're scrambling to replace him. And I can guarantee you that's not going to happen to start the season this year.
And finally, we'll wrap this up. We got to talk about Ben's golf game. Ben was awful close to making the cut of the City Golf Championships. And how long was that? How far was that putt? What was that?
It wasn't a good story. It's a good life lesson, though. You never give up. You always go to the end. I missed about a 10-inch putt to lose the cut, which is absolutely embarrassing. But I'll learn from it and we'll move on. Next year, I'm hoping that I'll get a chance to do this again, and I'll prove it to you. I'll make the cut next year.
There we go. Head coach Ben Boudreau.
Head coach Ben Boudreau giving us all the info on the roster. And if you want more of Ben, check out all 3 of his episodes on the Huntington University Komets podcast. And you can find those under the fan zone at komets.com or at Apple Podcast. We have highlights coming up from Thanksgiving night when the Wheeling Nailers were in town, and we have a special 80s edition of Komets Trivia with a special guest, and it's all coming up next.
Season tickets for the 69th season of Komet Hockey are on sale now. No lines, no fees, no hassles, and all the fun. Right now, you can save up to 25% off walk-up pricing on prime seat locations. See every home game and receive exclusive season ticket holder benefits like ticket exchange nights, future season location upgrades, and discounts on souvenirs and merchandise. Act now to save big and join the greatest fan base in the ECHL. Call the Komet office or visit komets.com/tickets and join the crowd.
Coming up to Gallipo. Gallipo back to St. Amant. Now to Gallipo again with a rip. Jordan Ruby the same score.
And they poked at it. Could be McKenzie.
Nights. So McKenzie gets us going. Power play goal. And that will be number 4 on the season for McKenzie.
Yep.
And Ruby thought he had it under his pad, but a second effort there by McKenzie knocks it in. And it's 1-0 Komets. We have got Titcomb dropping him for the Wheeling Nailers. And it is Sean Sidlowski squaring up with him. Sean Sidlowski with a right. Now Sid angling in on Titcomb, looking for the uppercut, and he dropped him, but Titcomb gains his feet. Now look at this right by Sidlowski, and down he goes.
Sidlowski got the best of it, and both of them, Sidlowski's in the box, and the Wheeling player is over at their bench right now. It's having a look at, so we'll see where we go from here.
6:47 to go in the first. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo. And Haas right at the Nailor blue line. Look at Haas, gets right in there. Haas with the left, Robot got a hold of him, returns with the right. Now Haas with another big one. Oh, look at these punches. 2 heavyweights just duking it out, and they both go down to the ice.
Both went at it, both hit each other pretty good.
And Kyle Haas, oh, look at that. Now it's going to be poked aside. McKenzie, the intended target. Now Lasarchuk with a rip. Score!
And inside the net. Lasarchuk makes a great play. He saw the men at 14-32.
Now with 9 points against the Nailers this season. 2-0 Komets, 5:28 to go. Period number 1. Into the corner. Brad Ross again after it. Ross with Siebenaller on his back. Goes into the corner, and we got a penalty called. Siebenaller is going to go off.
Yep,
and now Bowden is going to take matters into his own hands. He's got a hold of Siebenaller, and he is chopping away with a couple of right hands. Siebenaller with a jersey over his head, and he never had a chance. Matt Bowden's dropping.
Set up.
Oh, he wants that one back. Sid with it again. Sid on the far board. Shot in front.
Right
Takes
front.
the
Rebound.
Rebound, and Ruby kicks it out with the left leg. What a save. The other way, here's Droz. Droz got something cooking. He crosses the line.
Keep on the
Droz,
wing.
look out over Kratzenberg's in front shot, and it's blocked. Oh, now Hawkins comes ahead. Got a man cut into the net. Floated forward. What a save by Keeler.
Yeah,
Look out. The speedy Cam Brown puts it in front. Shot. Save made by
Big
Keeler.
save right
and he's
there.
able to hang on to it. Where's the whistle? There it is.
Rebound and not let it in. Big save right there.
14-13 to go in the third period. Taylor's trying to get on the board here, but Cole Keeler, like you said, Robbie, save of the night.
Yeah.
And now Bryson Martin will zip it all the way around the wall, and it's going to be stopped by Jordan Ruby, who got a stick, traps in the end boards, and it's sticking straight out. It comes right out in front of the net. The Komets with it. Ruby without Kratzenbergs in front of the net. Takes a shot. Save made by Keeler. Rebound. Keeler all over with the left leg.
Yeah.
Bowden's on the far side to the blue line. Gallipo gives it back to Bowden's. Bowden, St. Amant. Here's the wrister. Score! St. Amant is 12th of the season. And it's 3-0 Komets.
Yep. They moved the puck. They're power play. 3 power play goals for the game.
Sean St. Amant stays hot. He had 2 last night. And gets the third one here tonight for the Komets.
1841, that one came at.
Right between the legs of Jordan Ruby. And now the Komets have got it. We can start the countdown. 2 seconds. And the Komets win it! 3-0. The shutout for Cole Keeler. And the Komets a big win here tonight.
All right, it's time for Komets Trivia, and we have a very familiar voice and face. Larry Schmidt, the PA announcer for the Fort Wayne Komets, joining us as we pay tribute to the greatest decade of all time, the 80s. Right, Larry?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, exactly. I agree. It was great Comet hockey, except for winning championships.
That's right, and that's going to come up in these questions, so get ready.
No.
It is tribute to the 80s, so you're going to get 8 questions for the 80s, obviously.
Okay.
All right?
I can't cheat because I'm using my phone to record this, so we can't cheat today.
All right, let's go with question number 1. No layups for you. You're getting all good ones right away.
I'm gonna get like 2 right. I have a feeling after all this.
All right, here's the first one. In 1983, the Komets had 5 hat tricks in 5 straight games. Name one of the players that scored a hat trick during that streak. One guy did it twice.
83. I'm gonna say Ron Leaf was at least one of them.
Yes, indeed. See?
Okay.
This is easy.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. 83. Wriggler.
No, Bob Atwell,
No?
Steve Salvucci, and Wally Schreiber did it twice.
I was gonna say Wally was my next guess. Okay.
All right. Moving up a couple years. On March 30th, 1988, I know we were both there, in a game versus Kalamazoo, this player set the record for most penalty minutes in one game.
In 88. Wow. Oh gosh. That would have been that would have been when Britt owned the team, wasn't it? No, when Welker owned the team.
Correct.
Gosh. I want to say Byron Lomo.
Oh, Robin Bawa.
Oh, Bawa.
Robin Bawa. 2 majors, 2 matches, and 2 game misconducts.
Oh, okay.
Robin Bawa. It's all right. Okay. All right.
At least you're picking names I know, you know.
Exactly.
And everybody else would know Robin Bawa, yeah.
Okay, we're going back a little ways. We're going to go back to the first year of the decade, 1980. Okay. April 12th, 1980, the Komets beat Toledo 10-1, tying the team record for most goals in a playoff game. Now, in the same game, one of the players tied the record for the most points in a playoff game, and it's a guy who I kind of lobby. Maybe he should be in the Hall of Fame. He had a lot of 50-goal seasons. Who is it?
Barry Scully.
That is correct. I knew you would get that one. Barry Scully is correct. And the Komets swept Toledo that year 4-0. Okay, now in 1980, going back there again, the Komets reached the Turner Cup Finals, but would only return to the finals one more time during the decade. What year was it?
Oh gosh.
The team was swept by Muskegon, unfortunately. Still haunts me.
Let's see. That would have been, I want to say 1989.
Nope. 85, 86.
85, 86. Okay.
So you're doing okay. We're turning the
Doing all right.
Doing all right. Okay.
I've had a few beers since I started drinking in 89 or 90, somewhere around there. I don't know. Don't drink, kids.
All right, you're going to get this one. Name two of the 4 coaches the Komets had during the decade.
2 of the 4 of the 80s?
Yes.
Okay, we had, let's see, Ron Elliott was 1.
Correct.
Okay, and at the end would have been Al Sims on the
That's
far
right.
end.
You got it. Can you name
And
the
Robbie
other 2
Laird.
just for fun? Robbie Laird.
And let's see, who else was there? Oh, gosh.
The guy who started the decade.
Moose Lalo.
That's it. 4 of 4. Wow.
Hey, that should make up for the ones I missed. I should get bonus. Those are 2 bonus points right there. I'm taking bonus points.
But you're seeing a theme. I asked for 2 that time, so I think coming up later I might ask for a few more in a question.
Okay, that's fair.
But that was good. You named all 4. All right. What Komet was voted the IHL's Outstanding Defenseman of the Year 3 times during the 80s?
Jim Burton.
That was an easy one. There you go.
That was an easy one. That's another guy who should be, his number should be shared up there in the rafters with Lionel Repka.
I would agree on that. So Jim Burton won at 82, 83, 85, 86, and 86, 87. It's a pretty good run.
What was the name of the trophy?
Oh man. You see, you're not supposed to flip this around. It was the governor's trophy, wasn't it?
There you go. You got it. You got it.
I'm asking the questions, Larry.
I got to throw them back at you. If you're studying so much, I'm just sitting here winging it.
All right, we got 2 more left. 2 more.
All right.
Now, the Miracle on Ice team has come up a lot here in the trivia game. All right, we had got Steve Janicek, who played for the Komets the following year on that
Mark
U.S.
Wells.
Olympic team. I didn't even get it out of my mouth. Mark Wells, yes. The other player from the 1980 U.S. gold medal team to play for the Fort Wayne Komets. Mark Wells, 81-82, played 19 games.
And then
Larry,
that was it.
You're crushing it.
Trying.
All right, we're down to the last question. We're down to number 8 already. It's going fast.
Oh, it's been fun. All
I know.
right, I'm ready. I'm
I
ready.
know.
Let's go.
All right, now. In 89-90, the final year of the decade, the Komets used 6 goaltenders. 4 of them went on to play in the NHL. Can you name them?
Oh, jeez.
But
89-90.
But
Okay, 80.
but you get, remember, in this game, you get the duration of 1 Kaylee Schrock fight.
Okay. All right. Just give me a hint. Give me initials of one guy.
All right, actually, I'll give you 1 to get you started. How about that?
Okay. All right.
Stefan Beauregard.
You're supposed to give me initials.
No, I'm just gonna give you 1 to get you started.
Stefan Beauregard. Oh my gosh.
Now give me the other 3.
Gosh, I can't remember.
They all played in the NHL after this season. That was crazy. Maybe the best 4 goalies ever the Komets had at the same time. Or the same year, anyway.
Bob Asenza.
No, you are not correct.
Oh.
Have you given up?
Oh yeah, I guess. I'm giving up, and can you give me initials of each of the guys, and I'll see if I can get them by that way. How's that?
Okay. RL.
Ron Lustel.
Ray LeBlanc. Not even close.
Ray LeBlanc. I was going for the way obscure one. Nobody'd know Ron Lustel.
All right. RT.
Rick Tabarachi.
That is correct. You got that one. Now this could be a tough one. FC.
Frederick Chabot.
Oh, you see, I thought that one would be tough, but you got it.
No. If I would have just had initials, we would have had some graphics up there. I could have got it. Just put initials. That would have been perfect. I'd have been 4 for 4.
Well, that was fun.
I know,
buddy.
you had to make it tougher on me because I've been around a long time like you have. So.
We were just doing this for bragging rights. That's right. So
That's all right. I appreciate it. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's fun to try to get the old memory bank going again.
All right, Larry. Well, I appreciate it, man. We look forward to seeing you back at the Coliseum.
Yeah, I miss everybody. Miss you guys at the office and at the games, and all the fans too. It's been a long summer, and we're looking forward to getting some Comet hockey on the ice again soon.
That's right. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thanks, Shane. Take care, man.
It's time for another Bob Chase Classic. We're going back to April 10th, 2012, Game 6 of the President Cup quarterfinals, as the Komets were in Rapid City with a chance to eliminate the Rush from the playoffs. So let's take it out to Bob in Rapid City.
Good evening. We are at the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center Ice Arena, and of course that's in Rapid City, South Dakota, the home of the Rush. This is Game 6 in the best-of-7 series. All right, it will be Sir Kelly into the face-off against Risk to start it. Komets pick it off. Molly with the puck. He goes cross-rink to Henley.
On News Talk 1190 WOWO, and now on 92.3 FM.
We got her, and let's see who got it. Tommy Mealy, I think, got the goal breaking out of the corner. We'll have to confirm it. I'm not sure of it yet, but the time of the goal was 4:32. Behind the net, it's Vasquez. Vasquez fights hard for it. Komets get it back. Now Chalk's got it. Skates away from the check. Here he comes, looking behind the net again. Vasquez right out front. Unable to reach it in time was Auger. Up the wall they come. Here's Henley with a drive. It's high. Back in the corner, played by Auger. Off behind the net. Vasquez's got it again. Henley coming up the slot. There it is. Shot. Score! Henley cruising up the slot. Perfect pass from Vasquez. Bang, bang. We got it for 2. Here they come behind the net. This time Maggio's got it again. Nice move. Wow. Here they go. Good pass in the zone. Auger, front of the net. A shot. A save on the play as Chalk is lined up by Couch behind the net. As Risk ties up his guy. Up top they can. Broken up for a moment. Trying to get a screenshot. Score. Here's the drive and sent to the corner. Out front again, a scramble. Oh, and I mean to tell you, the penalty call on Henley was a bad one. You'd know who'd get it right off the bat. Mr. Sucker Puncher, Rainey. Komets try to get a play. It's cleared to center ice, though. Kicked loose by Leo Thomas, and it'll be covered by Couch as he's chased all the way down into the zone by Roll, the new guy. And we have the buzzer and the end of period number 1, with the Komets leading 2-1. And we're back ready to roll second period of play. Coming back up the wall. At center, nice lead pass. Risk into the zone. Around it comes to Schrock. He's there. Shot. Oh! Skating right through the rebound that time was Risk.
News Talk 1190 WOWO, and now on 92.3 FM.
Okay, 8:08. Reeder ties it up on a power play goal, 2-2. Stock on the forecheck. Here it is. As Vasquez really upends his guy. In go the Komets, a drive behind the net. Oh, Vasquez got a backhander. Couldn't get it. It came wide, and it's going to be Thorne with a shot. Rebound, nobody there for it. And Thorny was there, and nobody followed the rebound, and that's it. At the end of 2 periods of play, it is a 2-2 tie. And on WOWO Comet Hockey. Right now, though, the attraction with 13 seconds left on the clock is drop the puck for period 3. Let's see who's going to come up with a victory here. Sends it in the corner. After it goes Schrock down the wall. In goes Schrock. He's got the biscuit. Came up with it again. Right out in front of it. Tried to jam it. Didn't make it work. Risk up ice. It is going to be Milam. Milam stick handles. In he goes. Up the middle, looks, he shoots, it's a rebound. Oh, and Schrock just couldn't get there in time. Chases Couch off the puck. Komets have it. Auger gets it back. Here's Vasquez. Vasquez in front of the net. Nobody there for the rebound. They get it again. Another shot. Back in the corner. Auger behind the net. He gets away again. Auger out at the point. From the point. Cross point pass. DeAngelis looks. Frankie at the net. It went wide again. A roughing call. And it is against the Crybabies. We have one rush coming. Here comes Lovell on his way. Good lead pass. Leo into the zone. Risk has it. Left side. Here's Milam. Milam looks. He feeds it back in the corner. Leo's got it there. Leo gets around the check. Up the middle. Here's Lovell on the wing. A drive knocked down in front of the net. Another drive behind the net. Komets get it back. Up the wall. Picked up. Some on a drive. A wide open net. Score at Komets. The goal to Risk as he crashed the net just as the power play was over. Wow. What a piece of pressure that was. So the Komets have claimed the lead with 4 minutes left. Look out. On the move all the way up at center. Tipped nicely as Risk at the line goes after another one. He's got it in the corner. Oh, you knew that was coming. Oh, come on. You knew it was coming. And guess what? They got a 5-on-3 on us again. Ready, set. Back they come, and it's held at the point. Look out, far wall. There they go. Drive, score! In they come as Henley let his guy by him. Look out. Right out front. Komets have it back. Henley fights for the puck at the front of the net. Look out, and they can't get it again. Komets move it out. Out they go. Komets are back. Up ice. Here's Vaskevou with 4 seconds. In he goes. He's there. Couldn't get the shot away. They go and shooting save on the play at the buzzer. So at the end of regulation, we're tied 3-3. Wild and woolly all the way down the line. And on whoa, Komet hockey. Here we come. Risk ties up his guy. After the puck, hard goes Thorne. Gets a hit on his guy right away by Daichi. Komets with it again. Henley behind the net. Waits, has room. Comes back out the wall. To center ice. Here they go. Into the zone. The Komets with a drive. It's right score! Komets get the goal. Shot. The assist from Vaskevou. And the Komets have eliminated the rush to go on to the finals in, I told you, either quick or never. 51 seconds in the OT. Chalker gets the goal. They'll line up for the handshake. And they'll be ready to head to the next plateau. Now we're going to go home. That's all we have for you right now. Komets win big time.
We are done with another episode. Remember to subscribe to the Komets YouTube channel and catch all the episodes of Outside the Jungle. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time Outside the Jungle.